Hi everybody, welcome back to The Recruiter. Craig Lockard, CEO of Automax Recruiting and Training and the Vice President of Recruitment HQ. So let's go further with the Applicant Tracking System, ATS. We recently had the opportunity to talk to a major OEM about recruiting for them. And they asked us to do a survey, which obviously we did. And it was very interesting. We put up we came up with a fictitious resume for a person and applied to this OEM's open positions for this OEM, and then similar makes, their competitors, and then similar retail outlets such as Starbucks, Macy's, Neiman Marcus, a bunch of different retail companies. Here's what we found, and I think these results are pretty interesting. 65% of the people, and we applied to 100 jobs each one of these, 65% of the people from this particular OEM did not even contact this person. This resume was killer. I mean, it was perfect for the position that was being offered. 65% didn't even bother to email back this person. That's bad. Their competitors were a little better, about 50%. What we found very interesting was the non-automotive retail equivalent of these two automotive OEMs. Not only did the numbers were reversed, 65% did get back to them, but out of that 65%, 50% of them made a phone call. Actually picked up the phone and called the applicant. So we're going to go over three things here. First of all, you have the applicant tracking system. The applicant comes into your system. In our opinion, you start with an automated, because it's working 24/7. So as Zoho, as an example, that it automatically, when an applicant is received, you send up an email template, it goes out to them immediately. Hey, we've received your resume. We think you'd be a terrific employee based on your background, and we'd like to schedule an interview with you. And you give them some options, and I'll go into that a little bit more. So you're getting back to that person really quick, and that's super important. You cannot let that application sit anywhere for a day or two or whatever. You can lose out on the fear of loss has got to scare you people. You could lose off on truly your potential next superstar just by waiting to get back to him or her. So it's bad. It's got to stop. So you're going to want to send out that email. Now, the way that we do it, and just hang in there with me, we're going to send out an original email to schedule. This is like selling an appointment for them to come into your dealership if it's an internet lead. It's the same theory. You're selling an appointment to schedule to interview, whether it be on the phone or in person. That's your goal. Setting an appointment, selling an appointment to speak to them either via phone or face-to-face. That's what you're trying to accomplish here. So we're going to send a series of emails. We send out the first email. They either respond or they don't. Let's say they don't respond. We're going to send out a second email. Perhaps the first one got lost, so on and so forth. You know, we'd like to have an opportunity to speak to you. Again, a couple optional days and times, and set that up. We're going to send out a third and a fourth and a fifth is a last chance reminder. Well, Craig, isn't that, aren't we chasing the employee? Is that a little too much? No, it really isn't. We found, and we get close to 1 million resumes a year. So we found this, that in our world that we live in the automobile business, I mean, how many times a day do you check your email? A bunch. You check it on your phone, you check it on your laptop, desktop, your tablet, whatever. You're checking your email a lot. But the rest of the world doesn't check their email that much. So one's not going to do it. Two's probably not going to do it. I want to get to them multiple times. We found that 4 to 5 is really, sometimes a lot of people, that third one is the one they actually answer. So again, you want to get them back to them in a unique way. You want to chase them, for lack of a better way to put it. You're selling that appointment for them to interview with you. You need and want that person. Because they didn't respond the first time doesn't mean they're not interested. They just maybe didn't look at their email. Now, along with that, those email templates have to speak to them. It can't be a pitch, but it is. You've got to remember, now I'm talking specifically here on let's say an inexperienced person that you're looking for your sales department, your BDC, your internet department, wherever, receptionist, parts runner, it could be anybody that doesn't need actual experience in the automobile business. We're not their first choice. Okay, you know, I tell the story, you know, when we were 10, 11, 12 years old, and Aunt Mary came up to us at the family picnic and pinched our cheek and said, "Hey, Craig, what do you want to be when you grow up?" Hardly anybody said, "Oh, Aunt Mary, I want to be a car salesman," you know, or "I want to be a receptionist at a car dealership." That's not the way people think. Several years ago, I wrote a blog called I Guess I Could Always Sell Cars. So we do have to sell them, but it's a soft sell. We can mention things that we used in the ad. You know, if you want a feeling of being in on things, if you're tired of being at the bottom of somebody else's bottom line, this is a unique career that you should look into. We'd love to talk to you. The perception of the car business has changed dramatically over the last year, 2 years, 3 years, and it has it not? So we want to let these people know that we're not looking for the same old. You know, in some of our email templates, we'll go say, "Hey, look it, no plaid jackets required. You don't need to talk fast. No white belts, no slick back hair." You know, we're not looking for that kind of person. We're looking for nice people that just happen to sell cars to earn a living. So that kind of email conversation with a person, again, with the end result being in mind, to sell that person to make an appointment. So, on the next episode, I want to go into two more things, and then we'll move on to the next thought in this process. But I want to talk about a couple options you have with getting back to that job applicant. We'll see you on the next episode.